Hi everybody, and welcome to the Key Selection Criteria Response Creator. This is part one, and what we're going to be doing is talking to you about the first two steps, which is highlighting the keywords and choosing relevant examples that we're going to be using for our responses. So let's make a start. The very first thing is to grab your key selection criteria and get a highlighter, or if you're not used to using pen and paper like me, you can you can write the key selection criteria response onto your Word document like that, so that you can get started and put the information straight onto the screen. So the first thing to do is to identify what they really are asking for. Sometimes they're written a little bit difficult, like it's hard to read, it's hard to interpret. So what we're going to do is really get a strong sense for what they actually want, and then understand the depth of knowledge that they want. Like they might just sometimes want you to be familiar with something, or they want you to have proven experience in something. So these four things here: ability to, knowledge of, understanding of, and experience in, are all different levels of competency, really. So let's go as an example. We'll go and have a look here. To this particular example, it's saying describe a recent achievement, project or task that you are particularly proud of, one that demonstrates achieving results in difficult circumstances. Describe how, well, that's not a very good colour, we'll pop it on that one. Describe how that achievement contributed to your organisation. So let's have a look, we'll reread this. Describe a recent achievement. Recent as in it needs to be within the last 5 years at the very most. The more recent the better. So it's going to be a project or a task. So it doesn't actually have to be something that you received an award for. It can just be an example of a time where you've proven competency. You have to have been proud of it. So they're going to ask you about this in the interview. And one that demonstrates achieving results. So it has to be, when they say achieving results, they mean measurable results. So as in, you can actually tell them what sort of, how efficient in terms of dollars or time or numbers you were, or how much money you brought them in dollars, or etc. So it has to be measurable and in difficult situations. And then describe how that achievement contributed to your organisation. So that would be bottom line stuff. So whatever the organisation's goals are, whatever you did has to be aligned, has to have helped that organisation achieve its goals. Alrighty, so that's just an understanding of highlighting the most important words. So if you can put this on pause now if you like, or you can come back and do it after the 10-minute video, but that's what I'm going to ask you to do, is really dissect each response so that you get a strong understanding of what they mean. So once we've learned what they want and the depth of knowledge that they want us to have in, or depth of experience, now it's thinking about times in our past where we can actually use. So we've got to have shown that we've got a high level, even an exceptional level of competency in what they're asking for. So the reason why they ask this is because past behaviour does predict future behaviour. So if you've done it once in the past, you can probably do it again. And this is the whole basis of them wanting key selection criteria answered, because it lowers their risk in hiring you. If you've got competency in doing what they want, then that's great. They don't have to really worry if you can do the job or not. So if you can think of a time where you've attained strong results in an environment that is similar to the environment that you're applying to work in, then that will be perfect. Yeah, so if you've got, but if all you've got is an example of studying, when you're at uni, then use that. But if you can give them a situation where you worked in a team under the pressure, the same type of pressure, then use an example for that. Go through the position description to get an idea of an understanding of the type of role that you're going to be going in for, so you can get a feel for it. Now, the best way to give a strong example is to actually answer each component. So one example should actually tick all of the boxes of what they're asking for in their criteria. For example, this one here, ability to contribute ideas and demonstrate initiative and flexibility. Ideally, what we're going to be doing is actually finding an example where you've contributed your ideas and it was you showed the initiative and you showed flexibility. So that's quite a tricky one to answer, that one, because ideally you'll have one example that covers all of those areas. But you can do it. If you can't do it, just pick one example where you contributed ideas, another little example on how you've showed initiative, and another example on how you showed flexibility. That's the way around that if you can't get a hole in one, so to speak. So what we'll do now is we'll give this all a go. We're going to go through, reread the position description and highlight the most important things that they're asking for, getting a feel for the type of role. I'd even get on the phone to if there's a contact phone number there, get on the phone and ask to get some more information, ask some questions about the position, what ideally are they looking for in the candidate, to see if you can find out any more. But then brainstorm all the times that you've received great recognition, or you've done above and beyond what they expected you to do in your job. You might have done a great job at something where you showed the initiative to maybe put your hand up and do something, and then your initiative brought results to the company. Maybe it was a time where you were doing your job and you saw a way that you could do things so much more efficiently. So you implemented a couple of steps to save time and money. So think about all of those situations where, or even like customers or clients who have dropped an email and saying thanks very much for your assistance, you're great, etc. Think about why they would have written that, and then that is the achievement, or that's the example that demonstrates your commitment to quality service, for example. So it helps sometimes if you're not too sure on examples. Go through your diary just to get just to trigger your memory, or go through the calendar and see the events that have happened. Go through your performance appraisals as well, and you'll get some ideas on what you're really appreciated for. So yeah, if you've got any questions, give me an email. But this is Bonnie Power, and I will speak with you soon. Thank you.